Hello everyone and very good afternoon. I am CA Gaurav Chopra and welcome you to the live classes of ICI. So in today's class, we have to begin with our subject that is paper number 3, Business Mathematics, Statistics and Logical Reasoning. So I welcome you all. Let's see who all are live with us now. Sweta is there, Natasha, Richa Kumari, Sneha, Venkat Lakshmi, Manvinder, Jay Lakshmi, Sanya. Okay, so welcome everyone and very good afternoon. So in today's class, we are going to start with the topic ratios and proportion. So let us begin with this topic. But before beginning with this ratios, as we already know, the weightage of the subject is 100 marks. So overall weightage is 100, and out of 100, mathematics is 40 marks, logical reasoning is 20 marks, and then business statistics is again 40 marks. So this makes total 100. Now, most of the time, most of the student feels that this subject is very, very difficult and it is very lengthy. How we will be able to complete the session and how we will manage this subject. So, truly speaking, this subject is not much difficult. So the basic level, or we can say the level required here is mainly up to 10. And in few chapters, above that class 10 level is required, but not much typical chapters are there. And the pattern basically which we are having is 100% MCQ, objective pattern. So no need to write in the notebooks. That means in examination. At present, of course, you have to make your notes and formula notebook, everything. But in exam, you don't have to write your notebooks. So simply what is required, you have to fill the MCQs, your OMR sheet, and that's it. All right. So some more people are live now. Let's see. Manvinder Singh is there, then Ravi, Menzohi, Krishna, Shruti, Sanya, Roshan, Vandana, Shanti, Vratika, Trupati, Jayalakshmi, Suraj, Garv, great, many more. Dimalo, Ruhani, Divya, Nagmani, great. So welcome everybody. So let us begin with our topic that is ratios. So what is basically a ratio? I will be using mix of language, most of the time English, and then a few words or a few sentences in Hindi so that you can easily understand. All right. Okay. So let us begin. What is a ratio? So whenever we are talking about a ratio, it means comparison. Ratio means comparison. किसका comparison करना है? We have to compare two or more commodities. So whenever there is a comparison, जब भी हम तुलना करते हैं दो या दो से ज्यादा चीजों की, दो से ज्यादा commodities की of the same kind, उन दोनों का जो नेचर है, दोनों का कैरेक्टर है, या फिर दोनों का जो यूनिट ऑफ मेजरमेंट है, दैट शुड बी सेम. तो जब भी हमें कंपैरिजन करना है, तब हम क्या कैलकुलेट कर लेते हैं? रेशियोज. So for comparison, at least two quantities are required, or we can say two or more quantities are required, but they should be of same kind, similar nature की होनी चाहिए. Now, जो भी दोनों quantities available होगी, that can be written in the form of ratio, that is A ratio B. We can write it as A ratio B. Also, we can write in the form of numerator and denominator. First term goes up, that is the numerator, and second goes down, that is denominator. So this first term, that is A is known as antecedent. A is known as antecedent. Okay. This first term is known as antecedent, whereas the second term is known as consequent. Second term is known as consequent. So we can write here this A is known as antecedent and this B is known as consequent. So we have to remember the terms antecedent and consequent. Now, you might have already studied ratios in lower classes like class 8, 9, and 10th. Also in accountancy, like in partnership, there are two partners having equal ratio or having their ratio in 1:2. So some concepts you have already studied, and here we will be taking the complete concept of the ratios. All right. So if we are writing 5:6, 5:6. So 5 is known as antecedent and 6 is known as consequent. 6 is known as consequent. Now, the first thing is simplification of ratio. Let's say we are given 10:15 and you have to simplify. So how we can simplify? You have to find out what is the common factor between them and then you can cancel. तो हम दोनों को यहाँ पर कैंसिल कर सकते हैं with the help of 5. Both are multiple of 5, so we can cancel with the help of 5. So what is left? 2:3. So 2:3 becomes the simplified ratio. Okay. So I'm getting all your messages. Then Sahana is saying, I have seen your previous batch recording. You teach very well. That's great. Thank you so much. Then Nishi Garg says, I have already completed chapter 1.5 by attending your previous sessions, and thank you so much. Okay, my pleasure, everybody. So here again, we will be taking all the sessions live, and in case if there is any doubt, you can ask here only. All right. So there are some other questions as well about the negative marking and all. So we will be discussing in detail step by step. So let's continue with the chapter first, and then in between, of course, we will be discussing how there will be negative marking, what will be the shortcuts to solve the question. So each and every thing which is required or we must have the knowledge that we will be discussing in our classes. All right. Okay. So this was the simplification of the ratio. Now, usually the ratio is expressed in the lowest terms or also known as the simplest form. तो हमेशा ratio को हम simplest form में लिखेंगे. We will always write the ratios in the simplest possible manner. Okay, so let us take one more example, that is 12:16. So we can cancel them with the help of 4 because both are multiple of 4. So we can cancel. What is left? 3:4. So 3:4 is the result. Now the order is very, very important. We cannot write this as 4:3. If 12:16 is given, we have to write 3:4 only. 4:3 will be incorrect. Okay, so we can never change their order. Order must remain same. All right. So 3:4 and 4:3 both are different. Both are not same. All right. Okay. Then the next point says ratio exists between quantities of same kind. Quantity must be same. That is, unit of measurement must remain same. Let's take one simple example. Let's say there are 15 minutes, ratio 60 seconds. Ratio 60 seconds. Now you have to simplify this. So you cannot write 1:4 because the units are different. So what is the first step? Make the units same. So how to convert them? So minutes can be converted into seconds. So in 1 minute, we know that there are 60 seconds. In 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. So in 15 minutes, how many seconds will be there? Just multiply by 60. So 15 into 60. Now this is converted into seconds. And right-hand side portion is already in seconds. Okay. Now you can easily cancel 60 and 60 got cancelled. So what is left? 15:1. So 15:1 becomes the correct answer. Okay. Then Sanya is asking, we have to make notes of this. Yes, of course. See, whenever we are studying, you have to make notes. And notes आपको कैसे बनाने हैं? जो भी मैं क्लास में एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ, write as much as possible. Because जितना ज़्यादा आप लिखेंगे, उतना ज़्यादा आपको याद रहेगा, and that will help you at the time of revision as well. So always try to make maximum possible notes so that it will help you in revision. All right. Then Divya is asking, is this the first class? Yes, this is the first class there. Rajan Das says, I love your teaching style. Thanks, Rajan. Okay, so many of you have already started with the previous videos. That is great. Very good going. Right. So we will be discussing, yes, all shortcuts and everything we will be discussing in our live session. Okay, so no need to worry. Now, illustration number 3. Let's see what this says. There is no ratio between the number of students in a class and salary of a teacher. So these are the two commodities. First is number of students in a class, and second is salary of a teacher. So these two are totally different units. So we cannot compare them. So ratio cannot be computed. Also, there is no ratio between the weight of one child. Let's say the weight of a child is 30 kg and the age of another child, age is 10 years. Now, can we find out a ratio? No, because the quantities are different, so we cannot compute the ratio. Okay. Now the next one, different quantities are given this time, 150 grams and 2 kilograms. Now, we cannot directly simplify them because units are different. One is grams and second one is kilograms. So we cannot compare them directly. So we have to change them. So what is the better option? We can convert kilogram into grams. So as we know, 1 kilogram is 1000 grams. So let's convert 150 grams ratio 2 multiplied by 1000. So now both the units are converted into grams. Now let us cancel them and simplify. 0 is cancelled with 0. Now we can cancel with the help of 5. So 3 is left here and there you can say 20. Yes. So 2 multiplied by 20 become 40. So the final ratio is 3:40. 3:40. All right. So in this way, you can simplify. So Roshan has given the answer. Great. Saloni has also given. So these sessions is basically interactive, and you can easily write all your answers, all your doubts in this query session. Whatever is your question, I will be taking here only. Okay, the next one. Second part says, find out the ratio of 25 minutes and 45 seconds. So 25 minutes ratio with 45 seconds. So minutes to be converted into seconds. So in 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. So let us multiply. Now these are converted into seconds. Let's cancel them. So we can cancel them with the help of 15. So 3 is there and 4 is there. So 100 ratio 3. So 100 ratio 3 becomes the correct answer. Okay. So whenever the units are different, always the first step is to convert them, and after that you can simplify your ratios. Okay. Now, the next one, ratio between 3 kg and 5 kg. Now, these two are already in kilograms. These two are already in kilograms, so unit is already same. Therefore, the ratio will be 3:5. Now, if you want to write them in the form of fraction, then write the first term in numerator, that is 3, and second term in denominator. So antecedent will be in numerator and consequent will lie in denominator. Therefore, the result is 3/5. Okay. So you can easily convert a ratio into fraction or fraction into ratio. So if let's say 2:5 is given, you can convert it into fraction. So how we will be converting? Write the first term in numerator and second term in denominator. So in this way, you can convert them into fraction. All right. Then Anand Patel is asking about calculation tricks. Yes, wherever required, we will be taking all the calculator tricks. All right. Then Prajapati is asking, can you see my queries? Yes, dear, I can see the queries of each and everybody. So no problem. Jesus is saying, I have doubt in some portion of the problem of ratio. Yes, we'll be taking, as we are moving forward in this chapter, we will be taking all your doubt simultaneously as well as at the end of the session also. So the next one, let us move towards illustration number 6. Now it says to find which ratio is greater. Now this time two different ratios are given and then we have to compare which is greater. So what is the first step now? The first step is to simplify individually both the ratios. After that, we will be comparing. So how to simplify them? So let's take the first ratio, 2/1/3 raised to 3/1/3. So how do we convert them into fraction? So 3 multiplied by 2, 3 multiplied by 2 is 6 plus 1, 7. So this is basically 7/3 and 3 into 3 is 9 plus 1, 10. 10/3. So 7/3 and 10/3 is the ratio. Okay, this is the ratio of the first one. Now we can convert it into fraction. So how to convert? Write the first term in numerator 7/3, second term in denominator 10/3. So 7/3 divided by 10/3. 3 will get cancelled. What is left? 7 upon 10, or you can write 0.7. 0.7. This is the first ratio which we have converted into decimal. So you can convert ratio into fraction or ratio into decimal. Now let's convert the second one. Second one is 3.6 divided by 4.8. If you cancel them with the help of 1.2, it becomes 3/4. Or in form of decimal, you can write 0.75. How to get decimal? Simply divide on the calculator 3 divided by 4, press equal to, you will get 0.75. So the first value is 0.7 and the second value is 0.75. So which is greater? Second ratio is greater because 0.75, of course, is more than 0.7. Therefore, the result is second ratio is greater. So always see what question is asking. The question is asking which ratio is greater. So simply compare them and we can see that the second ratio is greater. Second is greater. Okay, then which company calculator you should buy? See, you can buy any kind of calculator, no need of worry. But the main thing is scientific calculator is not allowed in exams. In general, there are many companies. You can buy any brand, no need to worry, whether it is Casio, Citizen, or Pet, anyone. Okay. Now, the next one. Now, these are a bit tricky questions. So, how to solve this? Let us understand. Ronak weighs 56.7 kilogram. So, this is the weight of Ronak. He reduces his weight in the ratio of 7:6. Then find his new weight. Then what is the new weight? So now, whenever such kind of questions are there, how to simplify them? So the question is clearly saying Ronak has reduced his weight. चाहे रौनक ने डाइटिंग किया है, कुछ भी किया है, वर्कआउट किया है, that doesn't matter to us. लेकिन क्या मैटर करता है कि उसने कितना वेट रिड्यूस किया है और अभी न्यू वेट कितना है. So what is the present weight of Ronak that matters to us? So 7:6 given. 7 denotes the old one. 7 किसको डिनोट करता है? ओल्ड वेट. whereas न्यू डिनोट्स द न्यू वेट बिकॉज उसने रिड्यूस किया है 7 से 6. तो 7 इज ओल्ड, 6 इज न्यू. नाउ 56.7 क्या गिवन है? दिस इज द ओल्ड वेट. 56.7 kilogram, this is the old weight. Then what is the new weight? What is the new weight? So in such a case, there is simply a proportionate system. What we can do, 56.7, since this denotes 7 part, 7, then divided by 7. Now we have to find out the figure for 6. Just multiply by 6. You will get the result. So let us divide by 7 and multiply by 6. What is the result? 48.6 kilograms. 48.6 kilograms. Okay. तो सिंपली प्रोपोर्शनेटली आपको सॉल्व करना है. 7:6 में 7 डिनोट कर रहा है ओल्ड वेट, और ओल्ड वेट कितना है आपका? 56.7 kg. तो 56.7 को हम डिवाइड करेंगे 7 से, एंड देन न्यू वेट चाहिए अकॉर्डिंग टू 6, तो मल्टीप्लाई बाय 6. तो डिवाइड बाय ओल्ड, मल्टीप्लाई बाय न्यू, बिकॉज ओल्ड फिगर इज गिवन. Okay. Now, there are some doubts. Let's take some doubts here. Harshita says, Hindi में भी explain कीजिए. Yes, I am using both the languages. No need to worry. Chandana Gupta is asking, working note important in exams? No, no need to write anything in the exams, because exam में आपको MR sheet मिलेगी, उसमें fill करना है. So working note is not required. Then Sakshi is asking, in the previous question, 3/4 कहता है, that I haven't understood. See, the values given was 3.6 and 4.8. Then we have simply cancelled with the help of 12. अगर आपको 12 का टेबल आता है तो आप simply 12 से कैंसिल कर सकते हैं. Otherwise, no need to worry. आपको कैंसिल नहीं करना है. You can divide them directly. आप डायरेक्टली डिवाइड कर सकते हैं ऑन कैलकुलेटर. 3.6 divided by 4.8, you will get 0.75. ओके, तो आप सीधा डिवाइड करें और उससे आपका रिजल्ट. ओके, then let us take another example. 1/3 ratio 1/8 ratio 1/6. ये एक रेशियो गिवन है आपको, 1/3, 1/8 and 1/6 का. Now you have to simplify this. You have to simplify this. तो कैसे simplify करेंगे? Let's see. First of all, take the LCM. What is the first step? You have to take the LCM. So what is the LCM of 3, 8 and 6? If you can find orally, that's good. अगर orally नहीं आता है, then you can try with your basic method, dividing it by 2, then again divide by 2, again divide by 2, and at last by 3. So this is the basic method which we have studied in your lower classes, 6, 7, 8. So what is the LCM? You can multiply all of them, you will get your result. Otherwise, for such small values, you can orally normally find your LCM. So LCM is 24. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. 24 divided by 8 is 3. And 24 divided by 6 is 4. So 834 becomes the final ratio. 834 becomes the final ratio. Okay. So in this way, you can easily calculate your ratios. So still some basic doubts are there, like can we use calculator or which calculator? Okay, so we will be discussing everything. So at present, let's focus on these questions, and in between, I will be taking your these other questions also. Okay, but at present, you have to focus on these questions. And those who have joined late, you can watch this session from the beginning so that there will be no doubts for you. All right. Now the second one, it says the ratio of number of boys to number of girls in the school is 720. Of 720 students is 3:5. Now, in such language-based questions, what is important? It is important to understand what is given in the question and what we have to find out. What is given in the questions and what we have to find out. So the first thing given is the ratio of number of boys to number of girls in a school of 720 students is 3:5. So 3 denotes boys and 5 denotes girls. Because language में पहले boys लिखा है, बाद में girls लिखा है. So boys is to girls का ratio 3:5. And in total, the number of students are 720. इतने students हैं total school में. Now, what is the second statement? If 18 new girls are admitted in the school, new girls ने admission लिया, कितनी girls है? 18. Find how many new boys may be admitted. तो कितने boys का और admission होना चाहिए? So that the ratio of the number of boys to number of girls may change to 2:3. कि नया ratio हो जाए कितना? 2:3. So at present, the given ratio is 3:5, and the new ratio required is 2:3. 2:3. Okay. So first of all, let us find out how many boys are there and how many girls are there in the school. Boys and girls. So out of 720, you can divide them in the ratio of 3:5. So how to divide them? 720 multiplied by 3 divided by total, because 720 denotes the total boys and then girls. So divided it by 8. And for girls, you can write 720 multiplied by 5/8. So you will get number of boys 270 and number of girls will be 450. So this is the first step. Find the number of boys and number of girls in the school. So 270 boys are there and 450 girls are there at present in the school. Now, how many students are added? So as the second statement says, 18 new girls are admitted. So now the new number of girls will be 450 plus 18, that is 468. And how many boys should we add? Let us add X students. So after addition, there will be 270 plus X number of students. So we can simplify them. Boys upon girls. Boys upon girls. Boys are 270 plus x, girls are 468. And the simplified ratio for this is 2 is to 3. So you can write 2 upon 3. Okay? You can write 2 upon 3. Now, what to do? Simply do the cross multiplication and get the result. So 270 multiplied by 3 becomes 810 plus 3x is equal to how much? 936. Now let's find out the value of x. So 3x is equal to 126. Therefore, the value of x will be 42. So if we increase number of boys by 42, the ratio will become 2 is to 3. The ratio will become 2 is to 3. Okay, so let us understand this question once again. So इस क्वेश्चन में पहले गिवन क्या था? गिवन है देयर आर 720 स्टूडेंट्स इन अ स्कूल. एक स्कूल में इतने स्टूडेंट्स हैं, उसमें से बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स का जो रेशियो है 3:5. तो फर्स्ट स्टेप हमने क्या किया? 720 को डिवाइड कर दिया इन द रेशियो ऑफ 3:5. तो बॉयज कितने आ गए? बॉयज बिकम्स 270 और गर्ल्स कितनी हो गई? 450. बॉयज 270, गर्ल्स 450. अब हमने कितनी गर्ल्स को ऐड किया? 18 गर्ल्स को ऐड किया. 18 गर्ल्स को ऐड करने के बाद टोटल नंबर ऑफ गर्ल्स कितनी हो गई? 468. फिर क्वेश्चन ने क्या पूछा? हम कितने बॉयज को ऐड करें कि न्यू रेशियो हो जाए 2:3. नया रेशियो कितना हो जाना चाहिए? 2:3. तो लेट द एडिशन बी x. तो 270 में हमने x स्टूडेंट्स को ऐड किया, so total number of students becomes 270 plus. So the ratio becomes 270 plus x divided by 468 equal to 2 upon 3. Now cross multiply and get the value of x.
Hello, Vinuji, what happened? Hello, Vinuji.
So welcome back, guys. So there was some power failure. So let us continue with this. So we were discussing, this was the one way of doing the question. Now, what is the other way of doing the question? The other way is using the options. So let's say these options are given to us in the question. 24, 42, 60, and then none. All these options are given to us. Now, in such a case, how to simplify them? Okay, how to simplify? So let us understand this. If we put option one by one, if we substitute the option, then see what happens. 270 plus x divided by 468. तो x की प्लेस पे आपको वैल्यू रखनी है और ऐसी वैल्यू रखनी है जिससे आपका रेशियो आ जाए 2:3. If you substitute 24 at the first place, so 270 plus 24 upon 468, how much it comes? 294 divided by 468. And now you can see after cancellation whether you are getting 2 by 3 or not, whether you are getting the ratio 2:3 or not. So on simplifying, let's see what is the result. Let us cancel with the help of 2. It is becoming 1, 4, 7, and then 2, 3, 4. Now you cannot simplify further or not. Let's try again. If we cancel with the help of 3, then it will become 4, 9, 49, and here it will become 7, 8, 78. Now further you cannot cancel. So 49 by 78. So this is not 2:3. So first option will be wrong. Then try with the second option. So 270 plus 42 upon 468. Now see the ratio. So 312 upon 468. So now let us cancel them. So let's cancel with the help of 6. It will be 5. Then 312 divided by this 6. So how much you are getting? 52. Here also you can divide it by 6. So how much? 78. Now further you can cancel with the help of 26. You will get 2 and then 3. So by using the option number B, you will get 2 by 3. That is, the ratio will be 2:3. So you will get your answer with the help of option number B. So both the method will be available with you because in exams option will be given. So you can try any of the method which you find useful. Okay. Because no working notes are required in the exams. Now, let us understand some different properties of ratio. Okay, before that, Mr. Subdeep is asking why we have added X to old number of boys. Because the number of boys have to be increased. पहले 270 थे, अभी हम कितना और एडिशन करें ताकि रेशियो 2:3 बन जाए. Therefore, we have to add X in old number of boys. Okay. Now, the inverse ratio. So what is the inverse ratio? See, if A ratio B, if A ratio B is the given ratio, then the inverse of the ratio will be B is to A. B ratio A. A is to B, inverse will be B is to A. Okay, that's it. If the ratio is 2:3, the inverse will be 3:2. If the question is asking find the inverse ratio, simply interchange their position. दोनों की places को interchange कर दें, you will get the result. Okay. Then some properties of ratio. The first point says if a ratio is A to B, this is the given ratio, and this is said to The ratio is said to be of greater inequality if A is greater than B. So we can say that if A is greater than B, then that is the first term is greater than the second term. Then it is known as greater inequality. And if A is less than B, then it is known as lesser inequality. If first term is bigger, it is known as greater inequality. If second term is bigger, then it is known as lesser inequality. Okay. So Khushi Kapoor is asking, we just have to mark the option and no solution, right? Shavi says extra paper would be given for the workings. See, normally 1 to 2 papers are attached at the end of the question paper, so you can do your working there. But no need to write the complete solution there. That is just for writing small things if required. Not in all the questions, but in few questions, if you required to write something, you can write there. Then Shweta is asking, after inversing the ratio, both the ratio will be different? Yes, the ratio will be different. 2:3 and 3:2, both the ratios are completely different. All right. The first property was there. It says greater inequality. अगर पहला टर्म बड़ा है दूसरे से तो उसको हम बोलेंगे ग्रेटर इनइक्वालिटी और पहला टर्म छोटा है तो उसको हम बोलेंगे लेसर इनइक्वालिटी. All right. Okay. So next one. Next one says the ratio compounded of two ratios. अगर हमें दो ratios given हैं और दोनों को combine करके एक single ratio बनाना है, then how it is possible? तो फिर हम वो कैसे करेंगे? So let us understand that if A is to B is the first ratio and C is to D is the second ratio और हमें find करना है दोनों का compound ratio. दोनों का कंपाउंड, दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन. तो क्या करना है, दोनों का फर्स्ट टर्म सेलेक्ट कर लें. सेलेक्ट द फर्स्ट टर्म्स. तो a मल्टीप्लाई बाय c रेशियो. देन दोनों का सेकंड टर्म b मल्टीप्लाई बाय d. तो ac रेशियो bd. ac रेशियो bd. So let's take one example based on this. If 3:4 is the first ratio and 5:7 is the second ratio. तो compound ratio क्या होगा, 3 into 5 15 ratio 4 into 7 28. So 15 ratio 28 ये बन जाएगा आपका compound ratio. So simply what we have done, multiply all the first term, then multiply the second term, and then get the ratio. Okay. Then Fatima says, are you able to see my query? I'm able to see your hello here, hello here. Then, okay. So understood this property number 2. This is the compound ratio. So let us take one more example. Now this time 1:2. Then second ratio is 3:4, and then 5:6. Three ratios are given this time, and again we have to find out the compound ratio. So multiply all the first term. 1 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5 ratio. Multiply all the second term. 2 into 4 into 6. So how much we are getting? 15 ratio. 2 into 4 is 8, 8 into 6 is 48. So 15 ratio 48. Now, if it is simplifiable, then you can simplify, you can cancel them. So you can cancel with the help of 3. After cancellation with 3, how much we are getting? 5 ratio 16. 5 ratio 16. Okay. So this is the compound ratio. This was overall property number second. Now the third one. Third is known as duplicate ratio. Now what is the duplicate ratio? Let us understand here. Duplicate ratio. So as the name suggests, duplicate का मतलब क्या होता है? डबल. बहुत सारी मूवीज आपने देखी होगी जिसमें डुप्लीकेट यूज होता है, दैट इज जुड़वा. का डुप्लीकेट नाम से भी कोई मूवी है. तो डुप्लीकेट या जुड़वा का मतलब क्या है? डबल, 2 टाइम्स. बट यहाँ पर हमें उसको डबल कैसे करना है? डबल का मतलब क्या है? लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दिस. तो इफ A is to B is the given ratio, A is to B is the given ratio, then the duplicate ratio will be A square. A square. तो A कितनी बार आ गया? 2 टाइम्स आ गया. A multiplied by A becomes A square. Ratio B multiplied by B, that is B square. तो डुप्लीकेट रेशियो का मतलब है खुद के साथ ही कंपाउंड रेशियो कैलकुलेट करना. डुप्लीकेट मींस खुद के साथ ही क्या करना है? कंपाउंड रेशियो कैलकुलेट करना है. लेट्स टेक दीज आर द टू रेशियोज A to B. अदर रेशियो इज आल्सो A to B. अब इनका क्या निकालना है आपको? कंपाउंड रेशियो. तो दोनों फर्स्ट वैल्यूज को मल्टीप्लाई कर दें, A मल्टीप्लाई बाय A, एंड दोनों सेकंड वैल्यूज को मल्टीप्लाई कर दें, B मल्टीप्लाई बाय B. तो कितना आ जाएगा? A स्क्वायर रेशियो B स्क्वायर. ऑलराइट. तो डुप्लीकेट का मतलब है खुद के साथ ही कंपाउंड रेशियो को कैलकुलेट करना. और इन शॉर्ट वी कैन से दैट जस्ट मेक द स्क्वायर ऑफ द गिवन रेशियो. गिवन रेशियो का स्क्वायर कैलकुलेट करना. ऑलराइट. तो इफ 2 ratio 3 is the given ratio, तो इसका डुप्लीकेट रेशियो कितना होगा? 2 का स्क्वायर 4, 3 का स्क्वायर 9. 2 का स्क्वायर 4, 3 का स्क्वायर 9. Let's take one more. 4 is to 5. And now you have to find out the duplicate ratio. 4 ratio 5. So 4 ratio 5 का क्या रिजल्ट होगा? You can find the square of 4. Square of 4 is 16 and square of 5 is 25. So the final result will be 16 is to 25. This is the duplicate ratio. Okay. So property number 3 is done. Then one more part of property number 3 is there, which says triplicate ratio. Triplicate ratio. So it means triple. Triple means 3 times. So if A ratio B is the given ratio, then the triplicate ratio will be A cube ratio B cube. दोनों का क्या कर देंगे? Cube. So if 2 ratio 3 is the given ratio, तो इसका हमें क्या करना है? Cube कैलकुलेट करना है. So you have to simply find out the cube. So 2 cube ratio 3 cube. So what is 2 cube? 2 cube is 8 and 3 cube is 27. So 8 ratio 27. 8 ratio 27. This is the triplicate ratio. Okay. Prithvi Sharma says, please speak in Hindi only. See, most of the people are from different states, so everybody doesn't know Hindi. So clearly, I will be speaking in both the language, Hindi as well as English. So most of the people are from like different states. Therefore, Hindi cannot only Hindi cannot be used. but do not worry, I will be using mix of the languages. So let us take one more example. If let's say 2 is to 5 is given, and now you have to find out the triplicate ratio. So triplicate ratio of 2 is to 5. To find out the cube of both the ratios, 2 cube ratio 5 cube. What is 2 cube? 8. What is 5 cube? 125. So 8 ratio 125. Yes, everybody has given the correct answer. That's great. Good going. So Venkat Lakshmi has given the answers. Saloni, Manasvi, Sakshi, Payal, Mr. Muhammad, Anshika, Sonal, Drupati, Venkat Lakshmi, then Sakshi. Great. Then Sneha is asking, I am from Hindi medium, so question paper Hindi mein aayega. Yes. Those who are having Hindi, it will be in Hindi, and for English, it will be in purely English. Okay. Then Sakshi is asking, I haven't taken maths in higher secondary, so it is difficult for me to pass in maths. No. So those students who are from non-maths background in class 11th or 12th, no need to worry because most of the topics are for basic only. So no need of like a higher level. You can simply focus on what we are doing in the class. You can revise them regularly and get good marks. Okay. So no need to worry. So let's move towards the next one, that is subduplicate ratio. So next one is subduplicate ratio. So in duplicate, we have taken the square, but in subduplicate, we will be doing the square root. So if A is to B is the given ratio, then its subduplicate ratio will be A root ratio Bth root. Ratio of A root is to B root. So if it is given like 4 ratio 25, and then you have to find out subduplicate ratio. To simply find out square root of 4 ratio square root of 25. So it will become 2 is to 5. 2 is to 5. This is subduplicate ratio. Then comes subtriplicate ratio. Subtriplicate ratio. So A is to B is the given ratio, and you have to find out subtriplicate. That means cubic root is required. So cube root of A ratio cube root of B. So both the sides we have to do the cubic root. So let us try. So this time 8 ratio 125 is given. So what we have to do, find out the cube root of 8 and cube root of 125. So you might be knowing to solve the cube root. 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2. And for cubic root, pair must be of 3. जैसे 3 का pair बनेगा, root से बाहर आ जाएगा, result will be 2. So cube root of 8 is 2. Then cube root of 125. So 125 can be written as 5 into 5 into 5. So its cube root will be 5. So the final answer will be again 2 ratio 5. 2 ratio 5. So in such a case, you can easily do the cubic root and get the result. So this is subtriplicate ratio. Okay. So subduplicate में क्या करना है? You have to find out the square root, and in subtriplicate you have to find out the cubic root. Then the next one, point number 5, if the ratios of two similar quantities can be expressed as a ratio of two integers, then the quantities are said to be commensurable, otherwise it becomes incommensurable. That means अगर वो रेशियो आपका रूट में आता है, अगर रेशियो रूट में रह जाता है, जैसे √3 रेशियो √2, वी कैन नॉट सिंप्लीफाई इट फर्दर. अगर वो रूट की फॉर्म में ही रह जाता है, देन इट इज नोन एज इनकमेंसुरेबल. बट अगर वो सिंप्लीफाई हो जाता है, उसका रूट का सिंबल हट जाता है, लेट्स से इफ द वैल्यू इज 1:2, there is no square root sign or no cubic root sign with them, that means these two are commensurable. Okay, these two are commensurable. So this is just a difference of commensurable and incommensurable. जहां पर रूट दिख रहा है तो आप उसको आगे फर्दर सिंप्लीफाई नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, इट इज इनकमेंसुरेबल. और जहां पे रूट नहीं है, रूट सॉल्व हो चुका है या रूट अवेलेबल ही नहीं है, देन इट इज नोन एज कॉमेंसुरेबल रेशियो. ओके, देन कम्स continued ratio. It is the relation between the magnitude of three or more quantities of same kind. जब तीन या तीन से ज्यादा जो क्वांटिटीज है वो एक जैसी, तो उसको हम कंपेयर करके क्या बोलेंगे? कंटिन्यूड रेशियो. So it is the relation between the magnitude of three or more ratios of the same kind. Then the continued ratios A, B, C is written as A is to B is to C. So अभी तक हमने दो क्वांटिटीज के बीच में रेशियोज को कैलकुलेट किया था, बट इफ देयर आर मोर देन टू क्वांटिटीज, लाइक 3 क्वांटिटीज और 4 क्वांटिटीज, देन उस केस में हम उसको कैसे डिनोट करेंगे? कंटिन्यूड रेशियो. लाइक देयर आर 3 पार्टनर्स having their ratio, the profit sharing ratio of 1:2:3. So these are the 3 partners. So these are continued ratio. In case of 4 partners, let's say there is one more partner D, and the ratio is 1, 2, 3, 4. So all these are known as continued ratios. तो जब भी 3 या 3 से ज्यादा क्वांटिटी होगी, हम उसे बोलेंगे continued ratio. Okay. Then, so there is some common doubt from Mathibana and Om Gupta about property number 5. See, √3 को अगर आप सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं, it will come into decimal. बट हमें डेसिमल में नहीं रखना है, जितना जहां तक सिंप्लीफाई हो सके हमें उसको वहीं तक रखना है. लास्ट सिंप्लीफिकेशन पॉसिबल. तो √3 के आगे अगर वो सिंप्लीफाई नहीं हो पा रहा है, दैट मींस इट इज इनकमेंसुरेबल. अगर कोई नंबर डायरेक्टली डेसिमल में है, तो आप उसको जहां तक सिंप्लीफाई हो रहा है वहां तक आप सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हैं. So let us take some examples based on all these concepts. Now, illustration number 1, the continued ratios of 200, 400 and 600, this you have to calculate. So 200, 400 and 600. It's a simplified ratio. So all zeros are cancelled. Then we can cancel with the help of 2. So 1:2:3. This is the simplified ratio. So this is the continued ratio. Okay. So this is property number 6, continued ratio. So it simply means जहां पर 3 या उससे ज्यादा रेशियो होंगे, then हम उसे बोलेंगे continued ratio. Now, example 1. The monthly income of 2 persons are in the ratio of 4:5, and monthly expenditure are in the ratio of 7:9. इनकम का रेशियो आपको गिवन है 4:5. and expense का ratio 7:9. So these are the two ratios given to us. Income in the ratio of 4:5, expense in the ratio of 7:9. If each saves rupees 50 per month, अभी सेविंग कितनी हो रही है? रुपीज 50 पर मंथ की सेविंग हो रही है. Then find out the monthly income. Now you have to calculate the monthly income. Then what is the monthly income? Okay, this you have to find it out. So Vratika, I think you are asking some question of other topic, because at present we do not require the cube root trick calculation right now, but it will be required in the later stage. So we will be discussing. Okay. So here the ratio is 4:5. So let us take the income of the person be 4x and 5x. Let us take the income of the person as 4x and 5x. These are the income. So if we subtract savings from income, what we can get? Expenditure. Income minus saving is equal to expenditure. This is the basic equation. We already know, as we use this in accounts. Like if 100 की income हो रही है, 20 हमने save कर लिया, तो remaining 80 is our expenditure. तो same applies here also. हमने income को कितना assume किया है? 4x and 5x. Now what is the savings? Savings है 50 रुपए, 50 rupees. First person की saving 50 rupees. तो 4x minus 50. Second person की saving भी कितनी है? 50 rupees. तो 5x minus 50. Now इन दोनों का जो रेशियो है एक्सपेंडिचर का, वो कितना है? 7:9. So we can write 7:9. So 4x minus 50 upon 5x minus 50 equal to 7/9. Now you can simplify this and find out the value of x. Let's do the cross multiplication. 36x minus 450 equal to 35x minus 350. How much it comes? X equal to 100. X की value 100 है. So this is not the final answer. So what is the requirement of the question? Find out the monthly income. So income of first person is 4x. So 4 multiplied by 100 is 400, and 5x, 5 multiplied by 100 is 500. So these are the income, 400 and 500. Okay. So income minus saving will give expenditure. So the final answer is 400 and 500. So before moving towards example number 2, let us take a small break of 5 minutes. And after that, we will be continuing with these questions. Okay. So let's take a break of 5 minutes. So welcome back, guys. So now let us begin with example number second now. Now let us understand this question, what I want to explain. The ratio of the prices of two houses was 16 is to 23. So this is the ratio of the prices of two houses. दो हाउस है, उन दोनों की प्राइस का रेशियो गिवन है. 2 years later, 2 साल के बाद में क्या हुआ? When the price of first has increased by 10%, फर्स्ट की प्राइस 10% से बढ़ गई एंड सेकंड की प्राइस ₹477 से इंक्रीज हो गई. देन द रेशियो बिकम्स, तो जो नया रेशियो है वो कितना बन गया? 11:20. 11:20 क्या बन गया नया रेशियो? सो 16:23 को हम क्या अज्यूम कर सकते हैं? सो लेट अस टेक द प्राइस ऑफ ओरिजिनल हाउस बी 16x एंड 23x. फर्स्ट हाउस की प्राइस को हमने क्या अज्यूम कर लिया? 16x एंड सेकंड हाउस वी हैव टेकन एज 23x. नाउ अब इनका रेशियो निकालना है, कौन सा? न्यू वाला. सो व्हाट इज द चेंज? तो फर्स्ट हाउस की प्राइस 10% से राइज हो गई. सो 10% किसका? ओल्ड प्राइस का. सो 10% ऑफ 16x. वेयर सेकंड हाउस की प्राइस 477 से इंक्रीज हो गई. तो अभी नया रेशियो कितना है? 11:20. सो 11/20. So what will be the result now? 16 plus 10%, 17.6x divided by 23x plus 477 equal to 11/20. तो ये हमारा फर्स्ट स्टेप है. नाउ अब नेक्स्ट क्या करेंगे? सिंपली डू द क्रॉस मल्टीप्लिकेशन एंड गेट द रिजल्ट. तो 11.6x मल्टीप्लाई बाय 20. क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं एंड यू विल गेट द रिजल्ट. सो लेट अस सिंप्लीफाई एंड गेट द रिजल्ट. तो 320 plus 32, how much it gives? 352x equal to 253x plus 5247. So what will be your result? 99x is equal to 5247. So value of x is equal to 53. x की वैल्यू आ गई है आपके पास कितने? 53. नाउ अभी नेक्स्ट क्या करेंगे? नेक्स्ट ये करना है, जो ओरिजिनल हाउस है उसकी वैल्यू निकालनी है. तो ओरिजिनल हाउस जो फर्स्ट था 16x, इसको हम लिखेंगे 16 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 53. You will get 848 and the price of second house is 23x. So 23 multiplied by 53, that is 1219. 1219. So in this way we can calculate the prices of both the house. Okay. How 11/20 we have already discussed this. Ratio को हम fraction के फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं. Ratio given है 11:20. So you can write the first term in numerator and second in denominator. Therefore 11/20 we have written. So दोनों तरफ क्या है? न्यू रेशियो. एक तरफ x के फॉर्मेट में है और दूसरी तरफ उसका सिंप्लीफाइड रेशियो है. So after solving this we can get the value of x. Therefore the value of house is 848 and 1219. So in this way we can easily calculate the values. Now example number 3. Find in what ratio will the total wages of the worker of a factory be increased or decreased if there is a reduction in the number of workers in the ratio of 15:11 and increment in the wages in the ratio of 22:25. Now this is again a tricky question, but let's understand easily कैसे हम इसको apply करेंगे. The first statement says, find in what ratio will the total wages of workers of a factory will be increased. तो किसमें हमें चेंज देखना है? टोटल वेजेस में, कि टोटल वेजेस कितने से इंक्रीज या डिक्रीज होगी. if there be a reduction in the number of workers in the ratio of 15:11, अगर workers change हो रहे हैं in the ratio of 15:11 and wages rate बढ़ रही है, increase हो रही है in the ratio of 22:25. Okay, so let us simplify this. So x हमने assume कर लिया है किसको, number of workers. So let x be the number of workers and let y be the average wages per worker. पर वर्कर की जो एवरेज वेजेस है उसको हमने x मान लिया. सो टोटल वेजेस कैसे आती है? टोटल वेजेस इज इक्वल टू नंबर ऑफ वर्कर्स, जितने भी वर्कर्स है मल्टीप्लाई बाय उनकी जो वेजेस रेट है, नंबर ऑफ वर्कर्स मल्टीप्लाई बाय द वेजेस रेट. तो कितने वर्कर्स है, x वर्कर्स, वेजेस रेट क्या है, y, देयरफॉर टोटल वेजेस विल बिकम xy. टोटल वेजेस अभी हमारी कितनी हो गई, xy. अभी क्या करना है, वर्कर्स रिड्यूस हो गए हैं इन द रेशियो 15:11. तो कितने वर्कर्स रह गए, तो यू कैन कैलकुलेट दिस. x वर्कर्स है डिवाइडेड बाय टोटल नंबर ऑफ वर्कर्स कितने हैं इन द रेशियो ऑफ 11:15. तो डिवाइड बाय 15 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 11. व्हाट विल बी द रिजल्ट, 11/15x. तो 11/15x कैसे आया, आफ्टर रिडक्शन इन वर्कर्स. अगर पहले 15 वर्कर्स है तो अभी 11 वर्कर्स हो गए. अगर पहले 30 वर्कर्स होंगे तो अभी कितने हैं, 22 है. तो सिंपली वी आर डूइंग प्रोपोर्शनेट कैलकुलेशन. तो x डिवाइडेड बाय ओल्ड मल्टीप्लाई बाय न्यू. पहले भी हमने ऐसे ही किया था, अभी भी यही करेंगे. वी आर डूइंग द सेम थिंग, डिवाइडिंग बाय ओल्ड मल्टीप्लाई बाय न्यू. So this is number of workers after reduction. Reduction के बाद इतने workers हैं. Then wages after increment. Increment के बाद की wages. तो wages कितनी मानी हमें, y. पुरानी wages कितनी है, old wages 22, new wages 25. तो 25/22y. ओके, सो ऑलवेज क्या करना है, डिवाइड बाय ओल्ड मल्टीप्लाई बाय न्यू. सो दिस इज आफ्टर चेंज. चेंज होने के बाद नंबर ऑफ वर्कर्स कितने हो गए, 11/15x. चेंज होने के बाद वेजेस कितनी हो गई, 25/22y. ओके, सो व्हाट विल बी द टोटल वेजेस नाउ. So total wages will be number of workers multiplied by their wages rate. इनको कैंसिल कर लेते हैं and see what is the result. So it becomes 5/6xy. तो पहले टोटल वेजेस थी हमारी कितनी, xy. अभी टोटल वेजेस कितनी है, 5/6xy. Now you can compute the ratio. तो दोनों का रेशियो कैसे निकालेंगे, ओल्ड वैल्यू थी xy, न्यू रेशियो इज 5/6xy. तो xy gets cancelled. What is left, 1:5/6. Now this can be simplified. इसको सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हैं. कैसे सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे, टेक द एलसीएम, यू विल गेट 6/6 ratio 5/6. Therefore, the final ratio is 6:5. 6:5. This is the required ratio. Okay. So let us discuss this question once again. Let me repeat this. So in first part, the question was saying the wages of a worker is increased and number of workers are decreased. So first of all, workers कितने reduce हुए हैं, 15:11 में decrease हुए हैं. And increment in wages, wages में increment हुआ है in the ratio of 22:25. Okay. Now, what we have to find out? We have to find out the ratio. किसका रेशियो निकालना है? टोटल वेजेस का रेशियो निकालना है. So for this we have taken x number of workers. x क्या है? Number of workers. y क्या है? Wages rate. Wages rate per worker. तो टोटल वेजेस कैसा है कि दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया x into y. This is the old values. ये old value है. New value क्या है? After reduction in number of workers. तो वर्कर रिड्यूस हो गए, तो डिवाइडेड बाय ओल्ड मल्टीप्लाई बाय न्यू. तो ओरिजिनल नंबर ऑफ वर्कर्स कितने हैं? x डिवाइड बाय ओल्ड रेशियो 15 मल्टीप्लाई बाय न्यू रेशियो 11. तो कितना आ गया? 11/15x. वेजेस आफ्टर इंक्रीमेंट. अभी वेजेस कितनी है? y डिवाइड बाय ओल्ड मल्टीप्लाई बाय न्यू, इट बिकम्स 25/22y. So number of workers is available, wages rate is available. Simply दोनों को multiply किया and we get the total wages. So what is the total wages this time? 5/6xy. Now see we have to compare old and new wages. दोनों का comparison करके final ratio calculate करना है. तो old wages है xy, new wages है 5/6xy. दोनों तरफ कंपेयर किया and you are getting the ratio 6:5. Okay. Khushbu is asking 5/6 कैसे आया? You have to simply multiply them. आपने 5 and इधर 3 आया, so 5/6. So in this way 5/6 is available. So always you have to do all these questions by your hand. अभी आप पूरा अंडरस्टैंड कर लें. आफ्टर द सेशन के बाद में आपको ये सारे क्वेश्चन एक बार अपने हाथ से प्रॉपर वे में करने हैं, सो दैट यू कैन इजीली अंडरस्टैंड. You can go through them once again, and in case of any doubt you can ask in the next session also. Okay, so this was basically example number 3. Salman is asking why 1/1. We have simply taken the LCM to get the ratio of 6:5. Okay. So Fatima is asking how to identify the new ratio or the old ratio among them. Okay. See, the question language is very clear. ये हमेशा आपको क्वेश्चन सब कुछ बताएगा. 15:11 में what the question has written, there is a reduction in number of workers. तो number of workers पहले से कम हुए हैं. 15 and 11 कौन सी वैल्यू बड़ी है? 15. छोटी कौन सी है? 11. तो जब नंबर ऑफ वर्कर रिड्यूस हुए हैं तो ओल्ड नंबर ऑफ वर्कर्स कौन से हुए? 15 एंड न्यू नंबर ऑफ वर्कर्स कौन सा हुआ? 11. राइट. एंड इंक्रीमेंट इन वेजेस, वेजेस में इंक्रीमेंट हुआ है. इंक्रीमेंट मींस जो वैल्यू बड़ी है दैट इज न्यू. सो 25 इज ग्रेटर, दिस इज न्यू, एंड 22 इज स्मॉलर, सो दिस इज ओल्ड. तो ऑलवेज लैंग्वेज से आपको क्लियरली पता लगेगा which is new and which is old. Okay, so example 3 is clear now. We have discussed this 2 times. So let us try some more questions from the exercise. First one is exercise 1A. 1A says, question number 1. The inverse ratio of 11:15. Inverse करना है. Inverse मतलब अदला बदली, interchange. Interchange करना है 11 and 15 को. It becomes 15:11. Okay. Now, second, the ratio of two quantities is 3:4. If the antecedent is 15, then find the consequent. Now, ऐसे क्वेश्चन में कि काफी स्टूडेंट्स को प्रॉब्लम आती है, जबकि ये क्वेश्चन बहुत इजी है। 3:4 ये आपका रेशियो है। Now, if question says 15 denotes antecedent, antecedent मतलब फर्स्ट वैल्यू को डिनोट कर रहा है, तो सेकंड वैल्यू कितनी होगी? तो सिंपली आपको क्या करना है, इसको कंपेयर कर 3 and 15। कंपैरिजन से क्या पता चल रहा है, ये इसका कितना टाइम्स है? 5 टाइम्स। 15 is 5 times of 3। 5 टाइम्स कैसे पता लगा? 15/3, that is 5। So it is simply 5 times। So what is 5 times of 4? So 4 multiplied by 5, it is 20। So this is the shortcut। Simply इस shortcut का अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। If not, you can try other way also। 15 is given। 15 किसको डिनोट कर रहा है? 3 वाले रेशियो को डिनोट कर रहा है। तो जो 4 वाला रेशियो है उसकी वैल्यू क्या होगी? तो मल्टीप्लाई बाय 4। So if 15 denotes 3, so 15 divided by 3। 4 की वैल्यू निकालनी है, तो जिसकी वैल्यू आपको कैलकुलेट करनी है, मल्टीप्लाई बाय दैट वैल्यू। सो मल्टीप्लाई बाय 4। So then also you are getting result 20। So with this you can solve easily। Okay। Ms. Chanda is asking, please discuss all the papers for Hindi medium. See, at present we are doing this chapter, and all your other doubts will be taken separately. Okay. So correct option is D. Third one, if the ratio of quantities is 5:7, 5:7 का ratio, if the consequent of its inverse is 5, तो पहले क्या करना है, 5:7 का इनवर्स निकाल लेते हैं। So 5:7 is the given ratio। इस गिवन रेशियो का क्या निकालना है? इनवर्स। इनवर्स क्या हो जाएगा? 7:5। Now this 5 is known as consequent। The question is asking, if the consequent of this inverse is 5, अगर इसका consequent 5 है, then what will be the antecedent? Of course 7 is the antecedent। This first term is known as antecedent and second term is consequent। So if 5 is the consequent, then 7 becomes antecedent। Okay। Sakshi is asking, you will solve each sum? No, not all the sums, but yes, few sums, so that there will be no doubt for you guys। Now the ratio compounded in question number 4, 4 ratios are given and you have to find out the compound ratio। So compound ratio is simply the product of all the ratios, multiply all the first terms, divide by all the second terms। So 2:3, you can write 2/3, 9:4, so 9/4, 5:6, so 5/6, 8:10, so it is 8/10। So first step is write them into fractions। After that, multiply all of them। Multiply all of them। सबको multiply कर दें। Now you can get your result। So better is to cancel as much as possible। 3, this is 2। Now again you can cancel 6 also। 5 is also cancelled। 5 into 2 is 10। So what is left? Only 1 is left। So 1 in numerator, 1 in denominator। So what is the final ratio? The final ratio is 1:1। So in this way, you can easily get your answers। So Aisha Singh has given the answer. Then Mr. Sundaran has given the answer। Saloni, Om Gupta, Payal, Manisha, Fatima, then Komalpreet, Manisha, Sweta। So all of you have given the answers। Now let us try example number 5। The duplicate ratio of 3:4। So as we have discussed, duplicate means we have to find out the square of these ratios. So what is 3 square? 3 square is 9. What is 4 square? 16. So 9 ratio 16. Option number C. Then the sixth one, subduplicate ratio. Subduplicate ratio means square root of the given ratio. So 25 the square root. What is the square root of 25? It is 5. Then square root of 36, it is 6. So 5 ratio 6. Which option? Option number D. So D option is correct. Okay. Option number D. Yes, most of you have given the answer. Praveen, Sanya, Bhumi, Priyanshu, Vidushi, Shravangi, Pratyush, Gar, Komalpreet, Jia, Sneha, Sweta, Priyanka, Praveen, Aditya, great. Richa, Ishani, Soumya, Priyanka Singh. Great, everybody. Good going. Now, seventh. Here you have to find out the triplicate ratio of 2:3. So in case of triplicate, simply what we have to do, we have to find out the cubes. So what is the cube of 2? It is 8. And cube of 3 is 27. So 8 ratio 27. Option number A. 8 ratio 27. Eighth one is the reverse question. You have to find out the subtriplicate ratio of 8:27. So subtriplicate means you have to find out the cubic root of 8 and cubic root of 27. So cube root of 8 is 2 and for 27 it is 3. So 2 ratio 3. So 2 ratio 3 becomes the final answer. All right. Ninth one, the ratio compounded of 4:9 and duplicate of 3:4. So here you have to understand the language very carefully. पहले क्वेश्चन में बोला आपको कंपाउंड निकालना है, तो कंपाउंड मींस दोनों रेशियोज जो भी गिवन है उसको मल्टीप्लाई करना है. First ratio is 4:9, so we can write 4/9. Multiply by duplicate ratio of 3:4. That means 3:4 नहीं लिखना है, हमें उसका duplicate लेना है. We have to take the duplicate ratio of 3:4. So what is the duplicate of 3? It is 3 square 9, and for 4 it is 16. So let's cancel. 9 is cancelled. So what is left? 1/4. That is 1:4. 1:4. Option number A is the correct answer. All right. Now the 10th one, the ratio compounded of. फिर से इस बार लैंग्वेज को ध्यान से पढ़ें. किस किस का कंपाउंड करना है? 1 by 1. You have to write down the value. Compounded of 4:9. So write 4/9. Comma duplicate of 3:4. So just write the duplicate of 3, 9/16. Then triplicate of 2:3. Write down the triplicate. 2 cube is 8 and 3 cube is 27. And the last one is 9:7. So 9/20, 9/7. So these are the 4 values: 4/9, 9/16, 8/27, and 9/7. Next step is to cancel them. 9 is cancelled. 8 and 16 को हमने cancel किया. Then this 9 is cancelled. Now see what is left. 2 upon 21. This can be written as 2:21. 2:21. So which option? Option number C is correct. Option number C is correct. Okay. Understood? Now 11th is similar. You can do it yourself. 11th is your homework. Now 12th one. For question number 12, A ratio B is given 3:4. Or you can say A by B is 3/4. Then find out the value of. किसका वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करना है? 2A plus 3B ratio 3A plus 4B. So this ratio you have to calculate. तो A का वैल्यू क्या है? 3 and B का वैल्यू क्या है? 4. So from here you can see value of A is 3, value of B is 4. Simply substitute the value and get the result. So 2 into 3 plus 3 into 4 ratio 3 into 3 plus 4 into 4. So how much we are getting? 6 plus 12, 18, and 9 plus 16 is 25. So your result will be 18:25. So in such a case, always what we have to do, substitute the values. A का value 3 है, B का value 4 है, दोनों का आपने substitute किया and you will get your final result. Okay. Now, the two numbers are in the ratio of 2:3. This is question number 13. Question number 13. Two numbers are in the ratio of 2:3. If 4 is subtracted from each, दोनों में से आपको क्या करना है? 4 subtract करना है. Then the ratio becomes 3:5. तो resulting जो ratio आता है, वो 3:5 आता है. Then find the two numbers. So such questions can be done by two methods. First method क्या है? Let the two numbers be 2x and 3x. आपने नंबर को assume कर लिया 2x and 3x. अभी दोनों में से क्या सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है? We have to subtract 4 minus 4 minus 4. अब इन दोनों का जो रेशियो है, this is given as 3:5. So we can write 3/5. Now just by doing the cross multiplication, we can get the answer. So let's do cross multiplication. 10x minus 20 equal to 9x minus 12. So x is equal to 8. x की वैल्यू क्या आ गई है? 8. So what is the requirement? Find the two numbers. So first number was 2x. So 2 into 8 is 16 and 3x. 3 into 8 is 24. So 16 and 24. 16 and 24. These are the two numbers. तो ये वो दोनों नंबर हो गए हैं. This is the first method. Now, second method क्या हो सकता है? Second method is कि जो आपको ऑप्शन गिवन है, इस ऑप्शन में से you can apply this condition, that is subtract the 4. So 16 minus 4 आपने किया, it is 12 and 24 minus 4 is 20. Now you can check the ratio of 12:20. 12 and 20 का क्या रेशियो आता है simplified? It is 3:5. So you can match this 3:5. अगर ये मैच हो रहा है, your option number A is correct. So simply by using the option also you can do this question. तो ऑप्शन में से आपने क्या किया? 4 सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दिया दोनों नंबर्स में से. उसके बाद अगर आपका रेशियो 3:5 मैच होता है, then it is correct. अगर मैच नहीं होता है, then try the next option. Okay. So both the methods are easy. Anshika, your messages are blank. I think there is spamming from your side. All these messages from you are totally blank. (14) The angles of a triangle are in the ratio of 2, 7, 11. Then find the angles. So as we know, triangle, sum of all the angles is 180 degrees, right? Sum of all angles is 180 degrees. Now you have to find all the angles, and all these angles are in the ratio of 2 ratio 7 ratio 11. 2 ratio 7 ratio 11. All the this is the ratio. So what is the total of the ratio? Just find out the total first. 2 plus 7 plus 11. The total comes out as 20. तो 180 डिग्री इज ऑल्सो द टोटल. 180 क्या है? टोटल है. अब आपको सारे एंगल्स निकालना है. फर्स्ट एंगल, सो 180 डिवाइडेड बाय 20 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2. हाउ मच यू आर गेटिंग? 18. Second one, 180 upon 20 multiply by 7. How much? 63 degrees. And the third one, 180 upon 20 multiply by 11. So now you are getting how much? 99. So in this way, you can calculate all the three angles of a triangle. तो जब भी कोई वैल्यू गिवन है उसका आपको रेशियो में डिवाइड करना है. सिंपली हम डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. इट इज same as what we do in accounts partnership. Like if we have to divide some 60,000 in the ratio of, let's say, 1:2:3, then how do we divide them? 60,000 divided by total 6 multiply by 1. Then 60,000 divided by 6 multiply by 2. And for the third value is 60,000 divided by 6 multiply by 3. So it is same concept which you have done in accountancy partnership. Same applies here also. Okay. All right. So everybody has given the answer. Anshika is asking how much time our syllabus will be completed. It will take time because this is the first chapter. So this we have started now, but yes, of course, till October end or till November will be easily completing all the topics. All right. So we have done question number 14 also now. So 15, you can do it by yourself. It is easy. Now the 16th one. Anand earns rupees 80 in 7 hours and Pramod earns 90 in 12 hours. Find the ratio of their earnings. दोनों की earning का ratio calculate करना. So one is 80 and 90. Can we compare 80 and 90 directly? No. दोनों को डायरेक्टली कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते. मोस्ट कॉमन प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है? बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स 80 एंड 90 को डायरेक्टली कंपेयर करके सीधा ऑप्शन सी टिक करते हैं, बट दिस सी ऑप्शन इज रॉन्ग बिकॉज दोनों जगह टाइम इज डिफरेंट. दोनों जगह जो क्वांटिटी है, यूनिट है, वो अलग अलग है. तो इसलिए आप डायरेक्टली रेशियो को कैलकुलेट नहीं कर सकते. सो 80 इज फॉर 7 आवर्स. तो 1 आवर के लिए कितना हुआ? 80 डिवाइडेड बाय 7. प्रमोद के लिए 90 रुपीज इन 12 आवर्स. तो 1 आवर का कितना हुआ? 90 डिवाइडेड बाय 12. Now you can simplify and calculate the ratio. 0 and 0 will get cancelled. अभी क्या करना है सिंप्लीफाई करने के लिए? टेक द एलसीएम. 7 and 12 का एलसीएम कितना होता है? 84. So 84 divided by 7 is how much? 12, and 12 into 8 is 96. Then 84 upon 12 is 7, and 7 into 9 is 63. So 96 ratio 63. You can cancel with the help of 3. 3 से cancel करेंगे तो कितना आएगा? 32 and 21. So 32 ratio 21. That is option number A is correct. Option number A is correct. Okay. Then Indrashi is asking why we have divided by 20 in previous questions. See, the total of the ratio is 20. Therefore, we have to divide it by 20. जो भी उसका टोटल होगा उस टोटल से ही हम डिवाइड करके डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करते हैं. तो जब भी आपको एक अमाउंट का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करना है तो किससे हम डिवाइड करेंगे? रेशियो के टोटल से. Then Sakshi is asking about hint of question 15. See, question number 15 is just like distribution of partnership. Like X and Y are the partners having ratio 11:7 and आपको 324 rupees को दोनों में distribute करना है. So easily you can distribute now. 17. Now you can do this question purely by using the options. Just we have to check which option is satisfying all the conditions. The ratio of two numbers is 7:10 and their difference is 105. Option number A, you can see that दोनों का जो difference है 105 है. So second condition is okay, but now you have to check the first condition. क्या दोनों का ratio 7:10 आ रहा है या नहीं? If you cancel with the help of 5, what we are doing? 5 से cancel करने पे 40 ratio 61. So this is not 7:10. So option number A is rejected. Option B, again cancel with the help of 5. You are getting how much? 37 ratio 58. So this is again not 7:10. B is also rejected. Third option, 245 and 350. डिफरेंस 105 का है. दोनों का रेशियो आप चेक कर लें. तो रेशियो कैंसिल किया आपने 35 से. You are getting 7:10. So C option is correct. Option number C is correct. So just check by using the option which is correct. All right. Now, 18th one. Question number 18 is a bit different question. P, Q, R are three cities. Three cities given. The ratio of the average temperature between P and Q is 11:12, and that between P and R is 9:8. Then find the ratio between the average temperature of Q and R. Q and R का temperature आपको calculate करना है. So let us understand this. P, Q, R. P and Q का ratio है 11:12 and P and R का given है 9:8. 9:8. Now we have to find out the average temperature between Q and R. तो कैसे कैलकुलेट करना है? तो such type of problem also you have done in accounts partnership chapter. So what is the shortcut? इनमें एक shortcut है, उसको समझते हैं. फर्स्ट रेशियो है बिटवीन पी एंड क्यू, सेकंड रेशियो बिटवीन पी एंड आर। तो दोनों रेशियो में विच इज कॉमन? पी कॉमन है दोनों में, पी इज कॉमन इन बोथ ऑफ देम। पी की वैल्यू दोनों जगह पे है, एक प्लेस पे 11 है, दूसरे पे 9। अब इसका शॉर्टकट क्या है? जो पी की फर्स्ट वाली वैल्यू है, फर्स्ट रेशियो में 11 है, उसको सेकंड रेशियो के साथ में मल्टीप्लाई कर दे। सेकंड रेशियो मतलब दोनों के साथ में 9 एज वेल एज 8। और जो नीचे 9 लिखा है सेकंड रेशियो में, इसको क्या करना है, ऊपर फर्स्ट रेशियो में दोनों से मल्टीप्लाई कर दें। यू विल गेट योर आंसर। सिंपली 11 को सेकंड रेशियो से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, 9 को फर्स्ट रेशियो से मल्टीप्लाई करना है। सो हाउ मच इट बिकम? 11 into 9 is 99. Ratio 12 into 9 is 108. Ratio 8 into 11 is 88. 8 into 11 is 88. तो ये तीनों का रेशियो आ गया। बट क्वेश्चन में क्या रिक्वायर्ड है? ओनली क्यू एंड आर। तो आपको क्यू एंड आर का रेशियो सिंप्लीफाई करना है। कैंसिल विद द हेल्प ऑफ 2 और यू कैन कैंसिल विद द हेल्प ऑफ 4। 4 से कैंसिल किया, हाउ मच इट कम्स? 27। एंड देन हाउ मच? 4 से कैंसिल किया तो 22। so 27 ratio 22. This is the ratio between Q and R. Okay, Q and R का रेशियो आ गया 27:22. All right. Now question number 20. P is to Q is subduplicate ratio of P minus x square and Q minus x square. Then we have to find out the value of x square. तो P रेशियो Q ये सब डुप्लीकेट रेशियो है किसका? P माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर एंड Q माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर का। सो लेट अस राइट P माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर एंड अपॉन में Q माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर। नाउ एट प्रेजेंट क्या ये रेशियो इक्वल है? नो, एट प्रेजेंट दीज टू रेशियोज आर नॉट इक्वल। लेकिन अगर हम इसका सब डुप्लीकेट कर दें, दैट मींस स्क्वायर रूट कर दें, then this will be correct. Then this will be correct. तो सब डुप्लीकेट करने के लिए what you have to do, apply the square root. तो जैसे ही हमने दोनों रेशियो, इस रेशियो का स्क्वायर रूट किया, हमारे पास आ गया सब डुप्लीकेट रेशियो। एंड सब डुप्लीकेट रेशियो की वैल्यू कितनी गिवन है? P is to Q, और you can write P upon Q. Now we have to simplify this and find the value of x square. तो सिंप्लीफाई करने के लिए let us square both the sides. Squaring both sides. So P minus x square upon Q minus x square equal to P square upon Q square. Okay. Now let us do the cross multiplication. P into Q square minus Q square x square equal to P square Q minus P square x square. अब हमें x square की वैल्यू निकालनी है, so take x square value on one side. So P square x square minus Q square x square. इन सबको हम एक साइड में ले रहे हैं, is equal to P square Q minus P into Q square. So now you can take common, x square is common, what is left? P square minus Q square. Here you can take PQ as common, what is left? P minus Q. Also, P square minus Q square can be written as P plus Q and P minus Q. You can apply the identity A square minus B square, A plus B and A minus B. Now, what is getting cancelled? P minus Q is getting cancelled. So therefore, the value of x square will be PQ upon P plus Q. This is the final answer. PQ upon P plus Q. So in this way, you can easily get your answer. The main thing is the starting of the question. जैसा language में लिखा है, वैसा आपको equation form करना है. एक बार आपने equation form कर दिया, then it is very easy to solve. Okay? Last few minutes are left. Let us try these two questions, and then we will be winding up the session. So let us take which one? 23. Let's take question number 23 now. The number which, when subtracted from each of the terms of ratio 19:31, reducing it to 1:4. कौन सा नंबर इस रेशियो में से हम सब्ट्रैक्ट करें so that the ratio become 1:4? This you can try by using options. ऑप्शन से आप ट्राई कर सकते हैं. फर्स्ट ऑप्शन से 15. अगर हमने 19 में से 15 लेस किया एंड 31 में से भी 15 लेस किया, what is the result? 4/16. That is 1/4, or you can say 1:4. मैच हो रहा है. So option number A is correct. Simply you can get this answer. Okay. Then somebody was asking about the shortcut of question 20. See, 20 वाला question आपको ऐसे ही solve करना पड़ेगा because numbers are not involved. It is completely into algebra. Therefore, आपको ऐसे ही simplify करना रहेगा. And 21 is exactly same as 20. So you can solve in the similar manner and get the answer. 22 में आपको सिंपली क्या करना है? वैल्यूज इनपुट करनी है P, Q, X and Y की, and you will get your ratio. Okay. So let's try one more. 24 is exactly similar to one example which we have done. I think example number 3 was there. Income minus saving equal to expenditure. So exactly same as that example. Now 25, the last question for today, so that this topic will get completed. The ratio of the speed of two trains is 7:8. Train number 1 and train number 2. These are the two trains. The speed of the trains is 7:8. If the second train runs 400 kilometers in 5 hours. So if distance is given, time is given, can we find out the speed? Distance, speed, time formula. You can recall that formula. Speed is equal to distance upon time. So what will be the speed? 400 upon 5, that is 80 kilometers per hour. 80 kilometers per hour. The speed of second train is 80 kilometers per hour. तो फर्स्ट ट्रेन एंड सेकंड ट्रेन की स्पीड का रेशियो 7:8 है. अगर सेकंड ट्रेन की स्पीड 80 किलोमीटर पर आवर है तो फर्स्ट ट्रेन की स्पीड क्या होगी? ऑफ कोर्स 70 किलोमीटर पर आवर. तो डायरेक्टली यू कैन गेट द आंसर. ओके, 70 किलोमीटर पर आवर. सो व्हिच ऑप्शन? ऑप्शन नंबर सी. All right. So remaining questions from in between you can try today, and we will be taking your doubts in the next class. No need to worry. Also, we will be taking the next topic. Sahana says, thank you so much for the amazing session. My pleasure. Thank you so much, guys. So today's your homework is simply जो भी क्वेश्चन हमने बीच में छोड़ा है वो कंप्लीट करना है, एंड ऑल्सो जितनी भी क्वेश्चन हमने किए हैं जस्ट गो थ्रू देम वंस अगेन, स्पेशली द लेंथी वन. जो क्वेश्चन लेंथी हैं उसको आप एक बार अपने हाथ से दोबारा करें, वापस से करें, सो इट विल बी बेटर. Okay. And in case of doubt, we will be taking in your next session. Okay. So till then, bye everyone. Take care and see you soon.